right, Laura, coming to you.
Okay, so this is all, I guess, still kind of hypothetical since we're still trying to learn all the things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what is holding me up right now is the funding part.
Okay.
There are so many different options in terms of funding. And so, we've reached out to some property managers. We've talked to a couple realtors in our market, connected with wholesalers, and they're sending me properties. Our next step is to get, pre-approved for a loan. I don't know the best way to fund the first deal that will not prevent us from making a second deal relatively quickly after the first. Like, I don't want to hinder our ability to scale. I feel like there are just so many options as far as funding goes. I don't know the best way.
Yeah, that's a good question. Because it's essentially, if you can identify your biggest holdup, then once you can focus on that and get through it, you'll make a lot more progress. So you're making the right progress right now anyway. All right. Okay. Just being able to say funding is holding us up. So the first thing that I'd say is the pre-approval process that I put into the program, into the course. The reason I put that in there is not for the initial funding, it's for your refinance. So you want to be able to know what your exit strategy is. So if you're going to refinance and you can get approved for a $200,000 loan on a house, right? Then what that means is you can have a property that you've BRRR'd up to a $200,000 value because it's not going to be an issue with DTI if it's on your personal name, right? So then if you get rejected, they say, well, we couldn't give you a loan because X, Y, or Z, all right? And this is, let's say multiple lenders say this, and you can't find any lender that will lend to you. That means that you need to end up getting it on a DSCR loan, which we could put together an LLC where, we can talk through that. I don't want to overcomplicate things right now, but if we needed to do that, you can do that, right? So you're going to have an exit strategy. What I want you to know is I want to prevent a situation where you have this fear of, I'm not going to be able to get out of this loan. Because the reality is you'll be able to get out of it. Even if it's selling, that's fine, right? But you will be able to get out of it. So that's the first piece, is what's the purpose of that pre-approval process? The second piece is how you're going to fund it. So there's a few things here. One is you can fund it using private money, or you can fund it using hard money. Now, hard money, the difference between them, hard is really it's institutional money, not necessarily institutional, but it's an organization. Whereas private money is an individual. True private money is just a person that has money, right? So they move faster. Usually their rates are more competitive. Hard money is usually, it's kind of like a small bank in that they raise money somewhere else, whether it be from individuals or private equity or hedge funds, whatever it might be. Let's say they loan that hard money lender money at, say, 6%, and they loan it out to you at 14%. And they take the difference, the arbitrage, right? They take that as the way that they fund their organization and pay back their investors, right? So that's what hard money lenders are. They move a little bit slower, but they can still be a good resource for you. One of the things that we talked about in our initial conversations is I have some private lenders that have agreed to lend exclusively to my students.
Right.
And so as you go through the deal analysis and the financing sections, the last part of those two sections is how do you get access to our private money lenders? Right. And what that means is you got to go through a certain process. So you'll need to send me a deal that you've analyzed and made a decision on, whether it's yes or no. I just want to know why, right? And I want to know the details that went into it. So essentially, I'm curating your ability to analyze and finance a deal. And then at that point, once I say, okay, Laura knows what she's talking about, she knows what she's doing, I'm comfortable connecting her to the private lenders, I'm going to connect you via email with them so that you can be financed with them. All right, we've already agreed on terms and loan information. Like they've got that right there. So it's 10% interest, 2 points origination, which is really good rates. It's about halfway between what I've seen from my experience with private money lenders and the lenders that I'm currently working with, and hard money lenders on the top end. It's a pretty reasonable middle ground. So that As far as financing is concerned, that's part of the private money lender process.
Okay.